Hey there, welcome back to the Dethroning Your Inner Critic YouTube channel. I'm psychotherapist and empowerment coach Joanna Kleinman. And if you are in transition right now, whether it's a career shift or maybe you're becoming an empty nester, you're going through a personal growth journey, you're going through a divorce, maybe you're going through a health journey, you might be feeling stuck or overwhelmed or unsure of what's next. But what if I told you that there is a space where science and the divine intersect? And that is the place that holds the key to your transformation. So, in today's video, I am sharing 5 powerful ways that neuroscience and spiritual wisdom come together to guide you through your life's biggest transition. So, let's dive in. Number 1 is what I call sacred tension. So, science tells us that our brains are wired to seek certainty and avoid discomfort. And that's why change feels so hard because it triggers the part of our brain that's actually designed to keep us safe. But spiritual wisdom teaches us that growth happens in the space of the unknown. That's the space between who you are and who you are becoming. And that's what I call the sacred tension. So instead of resisting the discomfort, what if you saw it as the exact place where transformation is happening? Because your greatest evolution occurs when you sit in the tension rather than trying to escape it. You use your tension as the portal to your growth. Now, how? Well, this leads us to number 2, which is that your mind is really a projection machine. So, neuroscience has proven that your brain filters reality based on your subconscious beliefs. So, in other words, it's your perception that shapes your experience of the world around you. And this is why two people can go through the exact same event, but they interpret it in completely different ways. So, spiritual wisdom has certainly echoed this for centuries. You've heard this phrase, as within, so without. So if you want a different reality, the shift has to happen on the inside first. And this is how you use your attention to actually uncover the stories that your automatic mind keeps feeding you. The stories that you tell yourself about why you can't, or why you're not enough, or why things won't work out. These stories are just perceptions. And so when you change your perception, you actually change your life. Now, I can tell you from firsthand experience and from the thousands of people that I've worked with that these stories won't go away because your brain is hardwired to repeat them. Remember, your brain is really hardwired to keep you safe. So repeating those stories keeps you in the comfort zone of safety and familiarity. So recognizing that you are actually separate from the story that your mind keeps replaying is what changes your whole life. You can actually learn moment by moment by moment to unhook yourself from the story as soon as that automatic chatter in your mind begins. Which leads us to number 3, which is divine timing is real. So stop fighting the flow. Now, remember, your brain craves predictability and control, which is why it feels so uncomfortable when doors close or relationships fall apart or life takes an unexpected turn. But what if you could trust that every closed door, every relationship falling apart, every part your path takes an unexpected turn? What if that is actually redirecting you towards something better? So, how many times in your life have you looked back and you realized that something you thought was a catastrophe, a disaster, a failure was actually a blessing in disguise? That's divine timing. The more that you surrender to that flow that's always with us, instead of resisting it, the easier it becomes to step into what's truly meant for you. Now, that leads us to number 4, which is the universe is always, and I mean always, speaking, always speaking to us. So the question is, are you listening? Now, again, if we look at science, we have a part of our brain called the reticular activating system that filters information based on what we focus on. So, this is what, when you start thinking about buying a new car, let's say, all of a sudden you see that car everywhere. It's always been there, but now your brain is tuned into it. Now, the same principle applies in our life. The universe is always sending us signs. Now, this is through people, this is through synchronicities, this is through gut feelings, this is through inner whispers. But most people are so caught up in the noise of their own minds and in the chaos and kind of predictability of their own life that they can't hear those messages. So start paying attention to the whispers, the nudges, the things that keep showing up in your life. Those are not coincidences. But in order to hear the whispers and the nudges and the patterns that are no longer a fit in your life, you have to create a practice of seeing it. It could be as little as 5 minutes a day. You've got to be willing to tune into the whispers to hear them. And that is when you'll recognize that you don't have to change your thoughts or beliefs. You actually can't. They're conditioned, they're programmed, they're automatic. They're already hardwired. You just have to stop believing what your conditioned and automatic mind keeps saying. Now, this leads us to the 5th and final way that science and the divine intersect. And that is that you are already the person that you are becoming. You already are that person. So we often think of transformation about becoming somebody new. But the truth is, the higher version of you already exists inside of you right now. So transformation is really just unlearning the layers of conditioning that have kept you from seeing it. See, your brain has neuroplasticity, which is the ability to rewire and reshape itself based on your thoughts and actions. So the journey isn't about finding yourself. It's actually about remembering who you truly are. So every time you release an old belief that no longer serves you, every time you trust instead of fear, every time you step towards your truth, you're stepping into the highest version of yourself, and that's your soul. And when you allow your soul to lead the way of your life, you align with the infinite wisdom and love and abundance that's already been within you. So you stop chasing and you start receiving. And you stop seeking validation outside of yourself because you recognize that everything you've been looking for is already yours. And in that space of trust and surrender and alignment, your life unfolds in more beautiful ways than you could have ever imagined. So if you are in a period of uncertainty, trust that something bigger is at play. The intersection of science and the divine is not just a theory, it's happening within you every single day. So I'd love to know which 5 of these ideas resonated with you the most, you can let me know in the comments. If you're ready to dive deeper, check out my free inner critic assessment link below. It is the first step to uncovering what's holding you back from stepping into your highest self. So please remember this, everything you desire is already within you. You just have to align with it. Now, if you found this valuable, this video today, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button so more people can discover this message. And if you know someone who needs to hear this today, share this video with them. Thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next video.